80 quid a day, 48 hours. And I'm tracking every single euro. Everyone says Lisbon is Europe's budget-friendly darling. But here's the thing. I keep seeing prices creep up. Hostels, food, even a flat white. So I'm putting it to the test. Properly. This is 160 total for 48 hours. That's roughly 190 euros. And by the end, you'll know exactly where every cent went and whether this city still deserves its cheap reputation. Right, ground rules. £80 per day, that's 95 euros at today's rate, give or take. 2 days means 190 euros to play with. Everything gets tracked. Transport, bed, food, sights, even that just one more, pastel de nata. And I'm not here to be a budget martyr, eating supermarket bread and staring at buildings from outside. I want the best Lisbon you can get on a normal person budget. The mission: find €1,000,000 views that cost nothing, eat where locals actually go, and still hit the landmarks, but smartly. No queuing for 2 hours for something I can see better another way. Quick context: this channel is all about cracking the code on city breaks. Not the influencer, gifted stay stuff. Real costs, real decisions, real results. If something's overrated, I'll tell you. If there's a smarter way, you'll get it. I've done these challenges in Barcelona, Rome, Paris, and Lisbon. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Here's the problem with budget travel advice. Most of it's rubbish. Just eat at local places. Great. Which ones? Skip the tourist traps. Okay, but which landmarks are actually worth it? And Lisbon specifically has some traps. Overpriced restaurants in Baixa, trams so packed you can't move, and queues at sites that could eat half your day. So how do you actually do Lisbon on a budget without feeling like you're missing out? That's what we're testing, my approach. Timing beats spending. Early starts mean empty viewpoints and no queues. Free views often beat paid ones. And eating on the local rhythm, proper lunch deals, simple dinners, saves a fortune. Let's start the clock. First decision, and this is where budgets get wrecked before you've even started. Taxi from the airport, 25 euros, easy. Uber, similar. But the metro, different story. Step 1, grab a Navigante card from the machine. It's 50 cents, reusable, and it's your key to everything. Metro, trams, buses. Don't leave the airport without it. Now, you can zap on each journey. Pay as you go, but I'm grabbing the 24-hour unlimited pass. €7 for unlimited rides on everything, including the iconic trams. For a full day of exploring, it's a no-brainer. Accommodation. This is usually the budget killer, but Lisbon has a secret weapon. Genuinely excellent hostels. Not backpacker dive hostels. Proper, well-designed, social places. I booked a highly rated dorm right in the centre for €25 a night. 2 nights for proper 48 hours comes to €50. Quick maths, out of €190, I've spent €57.50 on transport and accommodation. That leaves me roughly €132 for food, sights, and everything else, plus tomorrow's transport pass. Day 1 starts before sunrise. And look, I know early mornings aren't everyone's idea of holiday fun, but this is the single best budget hack in any city. The views that cost nothing are almost always better at dawn. Miraduro da Graça. The castle on the hill, terracotta rooftops stretching to the river, and that soft morning light that makes everything glow like it's been filtered by a very expensive photographer. No crowds, no queues, no cost. Just you and the view. Oh, and the hills. Those beautiful, beautiful hills. My calves have some questions, but more on that later. Breakfast. And there's only one way to do this. The classic Lisbon combo, bica and pastel de nata. Bica is what they call espresso here. Strong, short, and it'll wake up parts of your brain you forgot you had. And the pastel de nata. Look, you've probably had these in the UK. Forget whatever you think you know. That first bite, flaky pastry that shatters, creamy custard, Slightly caramelized top with those signature char marks. It's famous for a reason. 2:30 for what might be the best breakfast in Europe. Good luck finding that in London. Now, Alfama. This is the Lisbon you came for, the oldest neighborhood in the city, mostly untouched by the 1755 earthquake that flattened everything else. And here's my advice. Stop trying to do Alfama. Don't tick it off. Put the map away and just walk. The steep little lanes, the tiled doorways, the tiny courtyards, fado drifting from a window. This is the Lisbon people come back for, and you can't schedule it. You just have to be here. Found this. The Amalia Rodriguez mural, made entirely from cobblestones. She's the queen of fado, and this is Lisbon, saying, she's part of our ground. Beautiful. Time to use that pass. Tram 28. Now let's be real. This isn't just transport. It's basically a rattling highlights reel through Lisbon's prettiest neighborhoods. And because I've got the 24-hour pass, I'm not paying extra. It's already covered. Quick reality check though. It gets packed, properly packed, and it's notorious for pickpockets. Keep your phone in your front pocket, bag across your body, and stay aware. The experience is worth it. Just don't be the person who loses their wallet on a tram. Smart timing tip: before 9 in the morning or after 4 in the afternoon. Middle of the day, sardine tin. I hop off near Miraduro de Santa Luzia. Azulejo tile panels, bougainvillea everywhere, and another view that genuinely looks like it should cost money. Sensing a pattern? The best stuff in Lisbon is free. The city is the attraction. Right, real talk. If you're walking Lisbon hills all day, and you will be walking, you need proper lunch. Not a sad sandwich, actual food. The budget move here. Look for prato do dia, or menu do dia. It's the daily set meal that locals actually eat. Soup, main course, sometimes a drink. Filling, cheap, and almost always better than the tourist menu. Traditional fish for €8. Today, I found a simple spot near Alfama. Soup, a proper main, and a drink for about €8. Nothing fancy, but it's what I needed. For dinner, I'm dodging the tourist menus entirely. You know the ones. Laminated, pictures of food, English translations, and prices that would make a London restaurant blush. Instead, Cantina das Freiras. It's a simple canteen-style place. Think school dinner vibes, but Portuguese grandma cooking. 3 courses, a drink, and a coffee for around €10. And I'm eating the same thing as the Portuguese family next to me. That's the goal. Even cheaper option, the bifana. Portugal's answer to the bacon sarnie. Hot pork, soft bread, about 3-4 dald at a local tasca. Tonight though, 3 courses for a tenner. Can't argue with that. Day 1 in the books. Let's tally it up. Transport €7.50, breakfast €2.30, lunch €8, dinner €10. That's €27.80 for an entire day, not including the hostel I paid up front. And what did I get? Sunrise viewpoint, the best neighborhoods, iconic tram ride, local food, and my calves got a workout worth about 3 gym sessions. Day 1 is the proof. Lisbon can feel incredible without constant spending. The views are free, the neighborhoods are the attraction, and local food doesn't have to be expensive. Tomorrow's the bigger test, the famous sights, the splurge moments, and whether Lisbon's landmarks are actually worth paying for. If you want more real budget challenges like this, hit subscribe. Day 2 is about to get interesting. Day 2 starts in Baixa, Lisbon's grand downtown. This is the rebuilt part after that 1755 earthquake. All elegant grid streets and big plazas. I'm in Praça do Comércio, right by the river. Massive arch, yellow buildings. That scale that makes you feel like you're in a film. First, my pass expired, so I grab another 24-hour pass for day 2. Then I'm climbing Arco da Rua Augusta, a 350 for a 360-degree view over Baixa and the river. Is it essential? Honestly, no. The free viewpoints are arguably better. But for the price of a coffee, it's worth it if you're right there. Now I'm heading to Belém on tram 15E, covered by my pass. This is where Lisbon's Age of Discovery history lives. Big monuments, grand buildings, and arguably the city's most famous landmarks. First stop, Belém Tower. Quick warning, sometimes these historic sites close parts for renovations, so always check ahead if you're set on going inside. Today, I'm doing it from outside, which, honestly, still iconic. The tower, the river, the light, and the walk along the waterfront here is lovely and completely free. Then, the masterpiece, Jeronimos Monastery. The church itself is free and worth seeing. But the real showstopper is the cloisters, and this is my main splurge today at €10. And, yeah, worth it. Every column is different. The stonework is absolutely unreal. Maritime motifs everywhere, because this was funded by spice trade money. Every corner has detail that could keep you staring for hours. Some things are worth paying for. This is one of them. You cannot come to Belém and skip this. Pastéis de Belém, the original bakery with the secret recipe since 1837. Yes, there's a queue. Yes, it's worth it. These are not the same as every other pastel de nata. This is the sauce. I grabbed two and a coffee for about €4. Sprinkled cinnamon on top, found a seat in the chaos, and just enjoyed the moment. Back toward the centre, I hop off in Chiado, Lisbon's elegant literary quarter. Bookshops, nice cafes, that vibe where you feel like you should be carrying a novel and wearing a coat you can't afford. Perfect for wandering, perfect for people watching, perfect for spending nothing. And then, one of Lisbon's most powerful landmarks, Carmo Convent. The church was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake, and the roof was never rebuilt. So you're standing inside these massive Gothic arches, with nothing but open sky above. It's $7 to get in, and it's worth it for the atmosphere alone. There's a small archaeological museum too, but honestly, it's the space itself, the light, the sky where the roof should be. It feels like Lisbon saying, we remember, but we keep going. Or my last evening, I'm keeping it simple. Sunset at a viewpoint, free, a glass of vinho verde, $4, and the light doing what Lisbon light does best. Vinho verde, slightly fizzy, crisp, perfect after a full day of walking hills. This is the holiday feeling you can't buy. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. And for the final meal, I'm going with the classic bifana. Hot pork, soft bread, a bit of mustard if you're feeling fancy. €3.50 for a proper Lisbon farewell, final tally. I spent €116.80 for 48 hours in Lisbon. That's including 2 nights accommodation, 2 unlimited transport passes, iconic sites like Jeronimos and Carmo, more pastel de nata than medically advisable, and a ridiculous number of free viewpoints. My starting budget was €190. I'm ending with €73 spare. That's not just possible, that's comfortable. So can you thrive in Lisbon on £80 a day? Yes, absolutely. And not in a scraping by way, in a this is genuinely brilliant way. And here's what this challenge actually proves. Budget travel isn't about what you miss out on. It's about what you're forced to notice. The viewpoint you'd never pay for. The local cafe you'd walk past. The side street that becomes the best moment of your day. Lisbon rewards curiosity, especially when your wallet isn't doing all the work. If you want me to do this exact format in another city, £80 a day, 48 hours, every cost tracked, no fluff. Comment, next city, and tell me where. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if this helped you plan Lisbon, smash that like. It genuinely helps the channel. Right, I'm off to ice my calves. See you in the next one.